What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DaLotto. Now, today I'm gonna give you a best class setup of your Black Ops 1 game stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, if you see, I got all my good stuff and all that game setup stuff. So, I'm gonna show you how to make a best gunsmith and gun setup. So, now y'all see I got the Gill, one I call it the GR, the Grim Reaper part, you know what I'm saying? So, this is one of my best one. I know they have like this is like the OG one. This is the OG one because they have it in Black Ops 3, uh, 4, and Cold War, and probably all this. But this right here is the best one. So I'm gonna show you my setup here. So you got is this here, and you got I put the double mag so it could like when you out you could just like switch it up faster and stuff. So you know stuff. So and I have the suppressor. One thing, the suppressor will mess up your firing. When you aim and you try to shoot like long like shot, it messes up because I learned that the hard way like since this game came out. But I don't put the suppressor on because it mess up your aiming, shoot and stuff. So don't put it because you want to do is put your fast mag on because it will like when you run out of ammo you can just switch it up at home up. So you can use that and you know and camo I don't even know because one thing is my favorite is the red. Red is my favorite color, so I put red, so y'all know. So the pistol, I just use the M 1911. Like I said, they brought this back. So many black Call of Duty. This is the OG one, so you got to use the M 19. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put um no other one here, but I just put like the extra mag, so I just use that. So um, here I put the grenade because when you throw it, you gotta have that throw. Like I said, you gotta have that throw. So use like grenade. You gotta have that throw. So, but one thing I use sometimes I use is the I don't use the tomahawk. So I don't know. I'm not a tomahawk person, but most people you're a tomahawk pro. You could you know. Um, a flash grenade. Now, one thing I really hate, I really hate is I get flash grenade twice. Yes, I get flash grenade twice. So I use that, or sometimes you use like the slow motion one. But one thing is you is the flash grenade. Trust me, it gives you like a 1 point second flash. So yeah. Um, as I use one thing they don't have is bouncy betties. Like why y'all don't have bouncy betties? That's on Black Ops 2, but I use um I use this the Claymore. I don't know, but almost it's better than bouncy betty. But Claymore, use that. You got to use that. So, but you can't don't want to put it in the middle. When you're in the corner, just put it right there so they don't see it and they can just run it through it. So so yeah. Now perks. Okay, perks is very important. Perks is very important. All right. So one thing I used to use is the lightweight, and you run fast. But I don't with if you have any type of gun you have, I don't think it slow you down. I'm not mistaken. But just use um lightweight or use hardline. Hardline most I use is like when I get a couple kills, it my kill streak just super fast. So two things you want to use or lightweight or hardline, but most I use is hardline. So yeah. Um, Now part two. Now I think this is kind of better, but if you're a really a pro, you want to use Silent of Hand Pro. I use that. So fat is a really super fast, double fast, 100%. I use Silent of Hand Pro, or I just use aim steady arm. I just use I think most you want if you're beginning, you gotta use steady arm. All right, so maybe if you're new to this game, like I said, OGs know that, but I know this game a while, so I just use like side of arm, a hand, so I just use that. But if you're new, just use steady aim. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now this for three, I use marathon. You sprint because one thing that like I said, this is a classic. All the other Call of Duties, you just like have to just do like all you gotta do is just like run up and you have like super fast. This one is really I don't know you know, but you had to click to run. You have to double click to run. That's how I'm like, dude, now I understand why people love Call of the new generation of Call of Duty because the other one you had to like freaking run at like go run up and stuff. So yeah, but I use marathon. Or if you're like any type of grenade and stuff, protect yourself against gas and stuff. Just use mask and stuff. All right, so yeah. This is my classes. I use the AK 74 with the grip and stuff, my perks and stuff. I use the shotgun, shotgun with the suppressor stuff, perks and stuff. I use the AK-47 and stuff with the knife and stuff. The MP 5K perks and stuff. So yeah, this is all my um persons, all my classes. If you want to copy it and stuff, if you are new and stuff, so make sure y'all, copy and stuff, so I give y'all the good stuff. So to stop the video and look at it and see what you like, all right? So all right, you guys, that's it for today. If you're new, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next video. Peace.